What's up, watch lovers? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, just got my hands on another Mayur watch of London. Thought I'd unbox it here. Just showed up. Comes in this outer box and then this inner box. And there is the watch. Comes with a warranty and authenticity card here. So that's kind of cool. It'll have your information on it. And so you know it's a legit watch, and it comes here on this little white pillow. Now, this is not my first Mayur watch, but to be honest, I was really impressed with the first one. And again, it comes from a small, let's call it a small startup, a boutique watch company. A couple of guys, a couple of enthusiasts trying to make their mark in the watch community. And not sure if there's anything on there, but there is a little covering on the back here. And making a line of watches which they call the Regal line. And I showed you the blue one, which I really dug, but also wanted to take a peek at these other watches. So this watch right here is the black and gold version. Size and shape-wise, it's very much like the other one, but the difference here is that the stainless steel hardware, including the case on this watch, as well as the elements on the face, will be finished in this gold plating. And in fact, you know, as I'm looking at it, I'm not really a gold guy. I don't know that I've ever showed you a gold watch in my collection, because I don't think I have very many of them. This one has just a little bit of, you know, kind of a copper hue to it. Very subtle. It's not as pronounced as a rose gold or as pink as a rose gold. It kind of is like a copper gold. That may just be a little bit of my lighting. I've got kind of half natural, half artificial lighting in here. But I really dig it because it's more subtle and it's a little less in your face than really blingy Donald Trump style gold. Again, the hardware here on the buckle, which has Mayur etched into the edge here. Again, just it's that gold finish, but like I said, I'm going to call it kind of copper gold. So, which is kind of nice. This one comes with a genuine leather strap. This is handmade. It tapers a little bit, but I believe it is 20 millimeters at the lug, and my guess is maybe 18 at the furthest end. A couple of retention straps here. This one floats, and the leather itself is slightly textured but very smooth, kind of like a nice leather formal shoe. So this has a lot of very formal class to it. A couple of things that have come up since the last time, which I can probably share with you a little more definitively, is that the face, the dial, is kind of plateaued. You can see this inner piece here, the inner 2/3 of it is slightly raised and then has a beveled edge. I think one of our commenters, whoever you were, called it a pie tin dial, and I kind of dig that. I mean, I get why they're calling it that, because it kind of looks like a pie tin upside down, but it's just really cool because it's a subtle detail that you probably wouldn't notice at a glance, especially when you're looking at it a lot on your wrist. It's not something that jumps out at you, but it's just one of those nice features that kind of shows the devil's in the details, and it's something pretty unique. And in fact, I didn't even have a term for it because I have never seen one before this myself. And the case here is 10 millimeters thick. You can see that the crystal is very thick, has a beveled edge that matches the bevel on the case itself, and so you're going to have kind of a nice thick. It's got nice weight to it. It's not heavy, but it feels substantial. A lot of watches, especially when they have a very thin crystal, tend to feel very light. And then the crown here, again, plated in the same color, and I believe everything, all the hardware is stainless steel. Nice coin edge to it as well. So just to show you the functionality of the watch, if I pull it out here, you can move the hands on this Japanese quartz movement, possibly a Miyota movement, back and forth here. And then I don't think there's a second stop. If I roll it, so it looks like we're at noon now. If I roll it all the way through midnight, it rolls the date over. Hacking seconds there, you can see it stopped at the 46-second mark. If I push it back in, and it's off to the races in 50. Cool things about this are that they do have applied hour markers, which are also in that same gold stainless steel. The hands are the same color with a center fill on the white. Just everything is, the hands and the hour markers are straight. They're not, they're not broadswords or anything like that. Everything just matches. I've got little minute markers painted on the face in gold, and then the Mayur logo right there on the top, and the numbers and everything. So it just has a nice, cohesive look to it. It's a watch that you can put on your wrist, and it's fairly large, 46 millimeter case. So it's going to be a little bit larger, but like I said, this watch does not wear nearly as large as other 46 millimeters to me. In fact, I like my Tag Heuers that are 44 millimeters, and this doesn't seem or feel any bigger than those to me. I have a pretty standard wrist. I kind of wear around a 7.5, 7.25 to 7.5 inch band, and it just looks really good. Again, it has a lot of that classic style that you might like in a watch, but it doesn't have anything on it that's dated in terms of design. No one would say, oh, is that your daddy's watch or something like that? It just, everything kind of screams fairly new, especially with the colors here, which are a bit trendy and pretty unique. And to be really honest, the dial, which I believe is technically black, and it's maybe a little hard to see there because of the lighting, kind of looks almost like a chocolate brown, but I believe it's a black that is but a different sheen than the watch band, but it's kind of the black and the gold. The gold against the black is fairly subtle. There's no real super high contrast. So the cool thing is it just is a little bit of an understated classic elegance, which I really, really dig. Again, you can pick this up. Here's the back, by the way, stainless steel. 3 atoms water resistant, let's call that splash resistant. So you won't have to worry about wearing it in the elements, but don't swim with it. Let me throw this out here too, because there were some comments from my first video. 75 pounds, let's call it $100 for this watch. I think it's super value. I mean, basically you're buying a watch that puts all of that money into the watch, and you're not paying for all these middlemen and shipping and everything else. A couple of people also asked about how quickly I was able to get it. Well, from order to delivery, it was pretty quick. Now, you can't expect, say, an Amazon Prime 2-day shipping on it, but even here to the States in the Midwest, in the Chicago area, from the UK to here, I want to say it took like 8 days. So honestly, it was really quick, and it was actually a lot quicker than ordering some stuff that comes parcel post. So really impressed with that. I think the guys at Mayur are doing a great job of not only kind of picking some design elements, which you are probably not going to find on a lot of other watches, but making a decent timepiece that in a variety of styles that I think you can find something you want, and getting them out and getting them into people's hands quickly. So check it out. I know before I had a code Peter10 that you could use for a slight discount on it. Feel free to try that again. We'll see if we can keep that active for you, but check it out. Otherwise, you can check them out at MayurWatches.com as well. Peter von Panda, out.